Hi YouTube. I guess it's time for an update. Google launched an update the second week of May that basically burns up your phone. It makes your phone run even hotter and it's eating up the battery. So that's just why I haven't been posting. I've been having trouble keeping my phone charged. I did get a job. I got a job at Jersey Mike's in North Las Vegas, Nevada. They're still building the store. But allegedly, you get trained at a different store. It starts May 26th. I had my interview May 15th, so I did all the onboarding documents yesterday. Um, their store opens May 31st, so I gotta go to a different store for a week and then open up at that store. Um, Little dishonest in that Craigslist ad. It said it was 15, 17 an hour, but they're like, no. It's $12 an hour, and then your tips should average $3 to $6 more per hour. I think they're at least fair with the tips. They just pull them all together, and when payday comes, they add it to each employee's paycheck based on the hours they worked. So it's not like if you didn't work like a crazy weekend day, you didn't leave over your tips that day. They just add it onto your paycheck. So we'll see if we can get $600 a week from Jersey Mike's. Um, so right now we're just kind of riding out a dust storm in the Gene Roach dry lake bed. So I'm currently on the Gene Roach dry lake bed. It's been a little rough camping here. I've had people in side by sides do donuts outside my truck at like 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning, just to kind of mess around with the campers. I don't know if they find it funny. Woken up to gunfire, which isn't. It's not. You're not supposed to have a firearm on like an off-road vehicle area. It's like public camping as well, so not too happy about that. It's been alright here. It's kind of like a wind tunnel, just naturally, just because you're in like the bottom of the lake bed. It's like all surrounded by at least hills. I don't know if you'd call them like mountains, but it's cooler here than other areas of Vegas. This is what the campsite looks like. Someone built like a pretty substantial fire pit with their water bottle. They're standing elk. Someone even tried to plant a pine tree, I think. Just around here was tried 40 inches tire, I believe. Some fancy geoline there. And there's just a dry lake bed down there. It's kind of like the off-road part. Pull off. Definitely need 4x4 while I get to where I am. The ground's like not level. It's like super rocky. My road's kind of over there. Down this way. Over to the dry lake bed. So I was looking into getting a job in the Norwegian cruise line. They have a Pride of America ship. It's like the only U.S. flagged cruise ship. Or it only sails within United States waters. And they sail around Hawaii. Like the 4 different islands there. And that's like a 6-month contract. I think I don't know how much it pays. I think it's between $12 and $15 an hour for most of their positions. They have bartending positions. They have like a waiter position. They have like laundry. They have at least like 12 or 13 different jobs on the ship. But it's been a pain in the ass just to get in contact with them. They send you like an email, be here online at this time for a Zoom call, and then the time that you reserve isn't the time that the Zoom call actually happens at. The Zoom call happens like probably 3 or 4 hours before the time that you scheduled for the Zoom call to start. It's kind of a hassle. I tried to get in contact on Friday, so I missed the Zoom call because their email has a different time than what it actually is. So I learned my lesson. I did it Monday after being hired after Jersey Mike's. But they only it was like a half-hour information session, and they went like straight to like job interviews, and they just the Zoom application just used too much data for my phone to handle, and it like seized up like the interview part. They like swapped between like 12 people in like a minute time frame, which just was too much for my Google Pixel to handle. So my phone froze during the interview part. So I don't think Norwegian Cruise Line is something that's gonna work out. I just can't get to the interview. um, it's I don't think it's a bad job, even though like the pay is pretty low. I mean, you don't have to pay for lodging or anything. You have to pay for gas for your car. You don't have to pay for car insurance for your car. You don't have to pay for food. They feed you. So, like, you don't have very many expenses working on a cruise ship for 6 months. It's a long period where you can save like a bunch of money. I was thinking just maybe parking my truck in the storage unit, just coming back to it, and 6 months later, I actually have solar generator, uh, electric fridge, like all the conveniences. I would probably get them earlier and just working and truck camping. So my family's also kind of been griefing me this week. Um, I told them like 7 separate occasions I didn't need money from them or anything. And I didn't even know they had my bank account information. Like, it's confidential information I never shared with them. So I'm guessing a DCU employee must have given out my bank information to my parents so they could make a deposit to my account. They deposited about $500 to my checking account, which I didn't want them to do, which they don't have the right to do. They shouldn't have had my banking account information. It's privileged information. It's kind of like a felony to do that. Essentially, that got flagged by my bank as a suspicious transaction or suspicious activity and froze me out of my bank account and my credit cards. So, because my phone's been like shit and not being able to keep a charge, like I couldn't unfreeze my bank account like right away through DCU. So, I had to go to a loan shark. The only item that I had that was worth any value was an I series bond that my grandfather, who's been dead for 20 years, gave to me, kind of right before he passed. So I had to make a deal with a loan shark on I series bond, be able to have some money. I paid to get the loan shark. I paid for gas and 32 quarters. You had to count out 32 quarters to get to their office, just to be able to hand over the I bond. So I've I've been able to unfreeze my bank account, my credit card. I got the I bond back, but the deposit my parents made just grief the living hell out of me. I needed like water, ice, propane, food, like literally everything. I was just out, and they just kind of made a deposit in my account against my wishes. So I had to change like all my bank account information. My phone doesn't hold a charge anymore. It's like overheats and goes in like safety mode. It was a massive freaking hassle I didn't need. I texted my parents too about Jersey Mike's, and I had an interview on Monday, May 15th, but they went ahead and did it anyways. I told them no, 7 separate occasions. Like, I don't get, I don't get why they do that. Um, Between the interest rate that I got docked on my credit card because my account was frozen, I couldn't pay it off in time. I'm like $1,300, and the interest rate on getting $1,000 loan from a loan shark just to kind of get by till I got unfreeze my freaking account. It was more money than they deposited. So they sent me in the hole for like no reason. Put me in like this dire financial situation. So I'm not too happy with them. My mom's been texting me. She hurt her back. She has Bastrip's disease. And she has her back. She doesn't have like a normal spinal cord anymore. She has like a metal rod in her back, and she like bent the rod. She was taking care of my grandmother and her, and who has dementia. They kind of let live alone. My aunt's a lawyer, and she has like the power of attorney or whatever over my grandmother. My grandfather made like his dying wish for them to not, like move my grandmother from the home, put her in a nursing home. So, she's telling me a story that like when my grandmother fell over and she couldn't get up on her own power, like over at nighttime or something. So she woke up in the morning. My grandmother's like drenched in piss, and went to try and lift her up. I'm like, well, why would you do that? You've been told by your doctors you can only lift 30 pounds. You don't think my grandmother weighs between 90 and 120 pounds, like 3 to 4 times the capacity you can lift? Like, all right. It's like I had to take time off from my job, my career, move back in to take care of my parents when she was going through her spinal cord issues. My dad had a brain bleed. It's just, it kind of feels like a slap in the face. It's just like you know better than to do that, and you did it. Like, why? Like, I don't know. Call a firefighter. Have someone come to the home that can actually lift her. And why wasn't my father with you? Well, he came up after the fact. Yeah, sure, after the fact. Like, after the fact, when I told you guys I had work out here and I was fine economically, you decided to make a deposit just because you wanted to feel like you could help me out. I don't know. I can't deal with my parents. They're just too stupid. So she's been texting me. I put her on. I know where to call her text messages. I have her like number block now. I can't. I can't. Like I'm in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and you guys managed to freeze my bank account 3,500 miles away. Like I can't deal with that kind of level of stupidity. I can't. I was fine economically. I didn't need it. You're retired. You don't have the money to send anyways. Like I can't. My credit score also got dinged by like 50 points this year. I've been working on my credit score 11 years. Finally got it to above 800, and my own family froze my bank account and it dropped 50 points. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.